My name is Raoul Contreras. I'm here in Chicago. I've been teaching Chicano Studies at Indiana University now for 32 years at the director of the Latino Studies program there. And I first start out by saying it's really outstanding the work that Levantante por Cuba is doing, so important at this period in time. Maybe I'd try to bring out is that I grew up in California, and in 1959 I was a 13-year-old Chicano growing up in Oxnard, California. And, you know, we lived with this image about, you know, really like us, you know, the people out there in Latin America, they're you know, dictators and this and, you know, stuff. And it's that time, you know, like war is a big thing, you know, in movies and everything, and who the good guys and the bad guys are. And there was always this image about, you know, that people from down south, like with Mexicans, you know, they're just nothing, you know. When the Cuban Revolution broke out, see, I'm a 13-year-old, and it's like for the first time you saw a hero. And the thing was that because of the situation, the United States had to go along with it. For a year, they were a good thing. How could it be a bad thing? Everybody knew that Batista was a dictator, and here these guys, so Castro, Che, you know, they were something like us, you know. And then within 6 months, the state comes down, the propaganda, and all of a sudden, you know, they go. It's like, anyway, 10 years later, about 10 years later, I'm going to be a university student. I am a university student. I've gone to Vietnam. I come back. You know, I'm just more conscious of things that are going on in the world. I'm not an anti-imperialist, but my experience in Vietnam made me anti-war. After I came back, I ceased being a Chicano Vietnam veteran. I became a Chicano Vietnam veteran against war. And in that process of learning, the Castro and Che were, you know, they were figures that we pointed to examples as, you know, I'm there in the university in 1971, 72 in the movements, and, you know, I'm becoming an anti-imperialist, you know, and they're Che and Guevara and Fidel, you know, and the Cuban Revolution was a model that was really important in terms of like bringing us up out of all that. And now, you know, that revolution, that thing that we know was so powerfully good is just under attack. It's under the story that's going to go on. It's going to go in a direction. It's very clear that the future for Cuba has been prefigured in Gaza. That's the goal. That's where they're going. And we have to stop that. We have to stop that, because I try to tell people, you know, it's like what you see happening there is what's going to be happening here. What's happening there, the way they're treating those who are in opposition to it, you know, ultimately they're going to kill you. And that's what's going to be directed at us. There, then here. Like I say, I try to bring this. I teach the Chicano Studies at Indiana University Northwest, and it's always been an example I use about in trying to get people's views about the world, you know, turned around, and it still is. You know, we have to defend it. We have to protect it, and it's us. It's us.